There are things that happen after your awakening that nobody talks about, not in books, not even the ones who call themselves spiritually advanced. You thought awakening was the arrival, the reward, the peak of the mountain. But what if I told you that moment of light, that was just the doorway? Because when the glow fades, that's when the real transformation begins. And most people, they never make it past this part. So they don't speak about what comes next. They can't. Because what happens after your awakening ends, it doesn't feel like bliss. It feels like collapse, like confusion, like spiritual amnesia. And buried in that silence is the most powerful shift of all. In this video, I'm going to reveal 4 hidden shifts that happen when your awakening ends. Truths most people feel, but almost no one ever dares to name. And if you're here, still watching, it means you're ready to know what they tried to keep quiet. After spiritual awakening, the signs stop. No more angel numbers, no more downloads, no more that feeling like the universe is brushing your shoulder, whispering through synchronicities. Just stillness. First you wait, then you worry. You start wondering if you did something wrong, if you slipped, if you got disconnected from your path. And that silence, it doesn't just feel quiet. It feels like abandonment, like you've been ghosted by God. Have you felt that? That kind of silence that doesn't echo, it stares, like the universe is watching you, but won't say a word. But what if that silence was never rejection? What if it was the moment you finally stopped needing reminders? Because the truth is, you're not being ignored. You're being trusted. You didn't lose the signal. You became it. When the universe goes quiet, it's because you've become the voice. And that should feel like power. But instead, something strange starts happening. If what you've heard so far feels eerily familiar, like someone just put words to the silence you've been living in, then hit that subscribe button. Then your body turns on you. The fatigue hits like a wall. Sleep feels useless, or too deep, or too broken. One day you're wired. The next you can't move. Your stomach shifts. Your cravings get weird. And for no reason at all, your heart aches like it remembers something you don't. You start thinking, am I slipping? Regressing? Did I mess something up? But no, you're not falling apart. You're being rebuilt. This isn't burnout. This isn't random. This is your soul updating your nervous system. The old frequency is being flushed out. So of course the vessel shakes. Integration is chaos dressed in yoga pants. But while your body recalibrates, something else begins to fracture. Your relationships. And then it starts. People pull away, not all at once, but slowly, like they're forgetting you in real time. Friends go quiet. Family starts to feel like strangers. Even the places that once felt safe now feel hollow. It's like you're fading from your old life, and from the version of you that used to fit inside it. And the silence? This time, it's not coming from the universe. It's coming from the people you thought would stay. You ask yourself, why don't they see me anymore? Why do I feel so invisible? But here's the truth they won't tell you. This isn't rejection. It's spiritual filtration. You're not being abandoned. You're becoming unrecognizable to the version of them that only knew your mask. You didn't lose them. You stopped shrinking to be kept. And I know it hurts, because it will feel like loss. But what's really dying is your need to belong where you've already outgrown. And if you're still here, good. Because what's coming next, almost nobody talks about it, but everyone goes through it. There comes a moment when you look in the mirror and nothing stares back. Not because you're empty, but because the person you used to be just isn't there anymore. You don't recognize your thoughts. Your dreams don't fit. Even your voice starts to feel like someone else's echo. This is the collapse. But it's not a breakdown. It's a clean slate. This is the phase where everything gets quiet. Not around you, but within you. Because you're not just questioning the world anymore. You're questioning the one who used to question it. Not to find answers, but because the old ones suddenly feel foreign. This isn't confusion. It's clarity being born through the wreckage. Like a cocoon, sealed, silent, dissolving. This is the coma before rebirth. Not asleep, not awake, just becoming. Your identity isn't lost. It's being stripped so something deeper can finally breathe. And just when you finally feel like you're settling in, the cycle returns. You thought it was over. You thought the storm had passed. But spiritual awakening doesn't end. It evolves. Comes back in waves. Quieter, deeper, wiser. One day you're centered. The next you're cracked open again by something you thought you'd already healed. But this isn't failure. You're not stuck. You're spiraling upward through the same doorway, again and again. That's how growth works now. It revisits the same wounds, but it enters through a different layer of your soul. And just when you think you've survived the dark, you realize the dark was never the enemy. It was the mirror. Comes back. The heaviness, the questions, the shadows. But this time you don't run. You don't beg the universe to take it away. You sit with it. You breathe through it. You listen, because you've been here before, but you're not who you were the last time it visited. You don't collapse anymore. You alchemize. You used to fear the dark. Now you study it. Before, the darkness swallowed you. Now you drink its lessons like medicine, and it doesn't taste like punishment. It tastes like truth. The raw kind, the kind you were never given in words, only through experience. And when the pain finally softens, when the fire has burned through the last illusion, what rises isn't noise, it's peace. And from that silence, joy begins to return. Not the loud kind, the kind that moves quietly, like a secret only your soul knows. You lost the signs, you lost the people, but you never lost the truth. And then one day, you wake up, and there's no chase left in you. No craving for the next synchronicity. No hunger for the next sign. No need to prove your progress to anyone, not even to yourself. Because something has shifted. You don't need the magic. You are the magic. You look at the same sky, and it feels new. You walk through the same world, but your eyes are different. You touch the earth like it's part of you because it is. It's not a grand revelation. It's subtle, soft, but real. You start laughing without a reason, crying without shame, loving without needing to be understood. And just when you stop seeking, that's when the real journey begins. Because you didn't just awaken, you awakened and kept going. You stayed through the silence. You stayed through the riot. You stayed when everything told you to turn back. And now, you're not the echo anymore. You're the signal. You didn't lose the signs. You outgrew their volume. And that strange stillness you've been hearing? Maybe it's not the end of the magic. Maybe it's the sound of your soul finally being heard. If you've entered this phase, this quiet, sacred silence where the signs stop, but something deeper starts pulsing inside you. Then let this be your moment of truth. Drop a comment below. I've stopped chasing, because this journey isn't loud. It's not performative. It's not for applause. It's for you. And if this message met you exactly where you are, subscribe not for me. Subscribe for the version of you who's rising, quietly, powerfully, without needing to be seen to finally be whole. You've made it through the noise. Now, let your silence speak.